Yeah, I'm good with it.
All right, so the 55, these guys are taping it up today. They're going to clear coat over they're going to clear coat over what you see. And that's how it's going to be, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, let's put just a little brown. Yeah.
How many coats do you put on it? Two or three.
Depends on how much soaking there is. Like if it soaks a lot in,
Right.
we'll put another one on.
So 2 or 3 coats. You consent to be... Oh, you don't consent. Sorry. Yeah, I like those yellow accents.
Hell yeah, looks good, huh?
Oh, hey. Makes you think.
They've been doing it for years now with them live demons and then live.
I mean, like if you...
And they've been yellow strips on the front.
Well, it makes me...
Go packers.
It makes me think that instead of chrome, all those trim pieces should be gold, and we'll have some gold wheels on, like gold spoke wheels.
Yeah.
Don't give Scott any ideas.
We ain't got to worry about those ideas.
Believe me, we don't usually have the same ideas when it comes to what's trendy and what's not.
I put some white all the way down. That door, you see it? Look straight down that door, yeah. Wasn't quite up to the goose standard. Wasn't up to the goose standard. Reverend's gonna show us how it's done now.
It's kind of one of the things you look and shoot, and then you mess it up.
Put a little something else.
Put a little something else on it and go with it.
Oh yeah, this ought to get us all kind of good comments.
Mm-hmm. Perfectly good 55 BelAir
Yeah.
in your spray paint.
Hacks.
You say axe. I don't
Oh
believe
yeah, I've had people call me a hack on YouTube and something.
Most of the negative comments was a few weeks ago when it was putting the motor in the red OBS truck.
Mine. Just roll with. Just roll.
So what are you doing right now, Chris?
Trying to make it match.
Trying to make it match.
At least fade it in. That way it wasn't as noticeable where repairs were done. So,
And talk louder.
huh?
Talk louder.
Just blending it in
I'm-
where
I'm
might
me-
be done repairs.
I'm messing with
Oh,
you.
I thought you were being serious. Like,
No, I think that we probably picked you up. I have to put a microphone on you.
oh.
All right, here we go. We're gonna Chris gonna put some clear coat on this thing. And that's what it's going to be. Clear over the patina. I know some of you will have a fit over this, but it's just the easiest thing to do. Just imagine what it would take to get the body right on that and actually put color on it would be very time consuming. I'm trying to stand back here away from the paint dust. So bad they'll be clear. You won't even be able to see them. This is, let's see, the day after the spray. It's hard to the touch now. It don't seem tacky, does it?
No.
That stuff dries pretty quick, huh? I kind of thought with all the humidity, it might take it a minute to dry, but yeah, it's shiny. She's shiny. New radiator going in it today. Man, that thing is so close to the engine. You know what?
That's the way they made them.
Grief.
That's a factory fit radiator.
Yeah.
So they fit just that. All the holes are already pre-drilled. Fits just inside there.
Petcock lines up.
Right where it's supposed to be. This piece didn't line up, but we're gonna fix it just a little bit better.
I guess we're also going to start breaking the brakes down today and putting the new brake system on it. I'm sure it's going to need all new steel brake lines and all that, ain't it? And yeah, this is a really nice unit. Got a brand new spindle and brand new caliper, loaded with brand new brake pads, a brand new slotted rotor. Everything's already packed. We don't have to grease anything. I mean, how easy is that? You know what I'm saying? How you reckon they greased it really good? I'm not going to go back in there and check. I didn't realize how easy. You know what? That's a drop spindle too, I bet you. Because he said he had lowering blocks for the rear. Can't do anything around here. We're just knock this tie rod off. Oh, it's a rainy night in Georgia. This is where you make all the mess right here, you know it, banging on the suspension and ball joints and all the mud and dirt that falls off and rust. You had that going on last week, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
The biggest, here's what I can't edit. It's like last week, the YouTube that I posted, Scott was sending me videos because I was on a cruise. Yeah, he was sending me videos of what was going on.
Okay.
Well, there was one video about 5 minutes, or no, probably 3.5, 4 minutes long that he sent, but it had radio background, and it could pick up the song real good that was playing.
Yeah.
And I posted it anyway, and they copyrighted me and wouldn't let me monetize it. So I had to cancel it and delete it and go back to my studio and edit that part out. And I can't remember whose song it was. It was some country song that was on.
Okay.
And YouTube picked up on it and said, "We can't pay you for that because you're,
Playing country music.
well, playing somebody's song."
My song, yeah.
And so I had to delete about 3 or 4 minutes off that video just to get paid for it. So you have to really pay attention to background noise, or background music, not noise.
Yes.
Well, some music is noise. All right, we're gonna try to knock these ball joints loose. Make some noise. There we go. That didn't take much. Knock that lower one loose there. So that just don't want to hit my dang finger. That can happen. Bow, wow, bow. May need a heavier hammer. Get a pickle fork after it. Come on. There she goes.
Wait a minute, it just
She's off of there now, yeah.
She's out of there now.
You're out of there.
We're not even gonna pull the drum and check those brakes. Why would we? And the ball joints seem really tight. We'll just have to make sure we grease them real good. I don't think this car probably has a ton of miles on it. It's probably just sitting. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. But the ball joint up and down,
79 is how many years?
that ball joint feels real good. It really does. 79 years? All right, so here's what we're gonna try to do. I'm trying to get this hung back under here. It's a pretty heavy unit. Get my castle nut cleaned up. I like to get those castle nuts cleaned up so I got plenty of, I got a good clean hole to get my cotter pin back through it. I don't like to have to fight the cotter pin. Oh, man, this thing is so heavy. Whew. Hold that up there. Get the nut started. All right, we got a few threads started on that nut. Oh, now we got to get it lifted up to the upper ball joint. Which I'm gonna really compress that spring to do that. Whew. Get this lower ball joint tightened up so it'll give us a little lift. Okay. Now, yep, we're gonna have to try to compress that lower control arm there a little bit with this jack. I think we're lifting the car off the jack stand now. Yeah, that should put us in the zone. Get in the zone. Auto zone. Come on, baby. Through there. Yeah, that gets us a little bit of enough of thread through there where we can get that upper ball joint threaded up. Let me go clean my castle nut. After today, Mike's going to say, dang, that guy just talks all day long. Talks and don't stop. Talks a lot. Ridiculous. And you don't know what he's talking about. And we'll get this top one kind of tightened down and then we can let our floor jack loose. And she's in there. That's about the easiest front disc brake swap I've done. Seemed like the last Tri 5 that I did, it was adapting it over to the drum spindle or something like that. It was just weird. And it was more intensive. All right, so there we go. We'll just get our outer or our tie rod hooked back in there. Of course, we won't do that yet because I want to be able to move this, spin this back and forward to work on the brake lines and stuff. And get our cotter pins put in there. That doesn't seem like a very car turning radius to the right. It's hitting that steering stop kind of soon, in my opinion, but we'll see how that works out.
Full bolts.
All right, we got the front disc brakes mounted. Just got to run some new lines. I think we've got new braided lines right here. And as far as the soft lines up to the hard lines, then we'll have to run some new hard lines up to the new master cylinder and everything. But yeah, that was probably the easiest front disc brake swap I've ever done, since everything was just all inclusive. There's the old pieces, we'll just trash them. They're no good for nothing anymore. And we'll pull the back brakes loose and do all of those. We've got new shoes, new wheel cylinders and everything for them. Right here, brake shoes, wheel cylinders. That is probably a brake line. Yeah, rear brake line feeding the rear. We got some brake lines here. I don't know exactly, already bent for something. I don't know exactly what that is all about. We'll have to figure that out. But we've got the new master cylinder and brake booster. I'm sure these lines probably go down and feed the front two wheels, and then this maybe crosses over to the T that goes to the back. We'll get all that figured out though. There's an ignition switch. That's a little bit of what let's see what it is. A little bit of what Mike's working on today. He's getting a new switch installed. I think he had to do some custom weld work right there. He'll make that look real nice. He's working on the ignition switch and some wiring, things like that. He got the radiator in earlier with the new hoses on it so we can have some cooling this engine now so we can run it a little bit longer. He's got his, he's getting his fan mounted up. Yeah. It won't take a whole lot more to get this thing roadworthy and safe and just riding around. You know, here's the thing. Whether you care for the patina look or not, I mean, there's something to be said for how much easier it is, how much cheaper it is to do that look rather than spend all the time to sand all the old paint off, take all the trim off, do all the body filler work that's needed to be done, primer it and block sand it, primer it again, block sand it, primer it again, block sand it. I mean, it just goes on, and then finally your final coat. I mean, you really will have more into this vehicle than the vehicle is worth by the time you at least pay somebody to do that kind of a paint job on it. So, like I said, whether you appreciate the history of it, the patina that's been preserved under that clear coat, I mean, that's just up to you whether you like that or not. Some people do, some people don't. I'm borderline. I do like it. I like the look of it. I like how much easier it is to go that route. And believe me, I'm not lazy. But I know the years worth of work that is involved into making that body right to do a proper paint job on it. So I do understand. I get the appreciation of the history of the old look, the patina that you're preserving. And then if you can go in there and you make the interior nice and clean, I mean, you still get the same experience of driving the old 55 BelAir. I think you get a better experience, really, because you're going to have, you're going to have disc brakes, you're going to have nice clean interior, you're going to have possibly, you could air condition if you wanted it, do a vintage air system on it. There's just so many different routes and avenues you could go to make this thing a very drivable car. And still end up with just really the same experience. All right, so 1955, we hadn't forgot about her. She is looking nice. In our opinion. So we've got the front brakes on there. Mike's been over here working on it. I haven't had time to be over here as much. Some things going on in my own shop, but he's got his brake lines run. He's got his power booster and his master cylinder on, proportioning valve. Got it all mounted up. He's got his steel lines run down to the front and to the rear. So Saturday he was in here putting his rear brakes on. He got all that done. He's got new steel lines running to his brakes. So it looks like the brakes are all done. What's he got going on inside here? He got an ignition switch put in. Very good. His brake pedal all hooked up. We got our clutch pedal probably not hooked up. I gotta probably crawl under there and put that together. But got fuel in the tank, remember, because we cranked it up off of the fuel that's in the tank. So yeah, everything's going real good. What's he got here? He's got him an antenna laying here. That thing feels nice too once they put that much clear on there. This is going to be a pretty sharp car. If you like the patina look, then it's going to be sharp. But if you don't like that, then you just won't like it. What else can we say? So, Mike's up under here putting his gauges in. We got some of those high-tech gauges. Expensive ones I see.
We took out the old tech. Mm-hmm. And the new tech is going in.
Yeah, that new chrome just don't match.
What? Chrome will get you home, but you look good on
if I was you, I would put this bezel back on there at least, so it matches. Oh, 55. I didn't have...
Yeah.
All right, so Mike is in here doing all the wiring. He's got wires everywhere. Who knows? Who knows? I don't understand it. Maybe somebody does, but those wires got to go somewhere. Maybe they'll make the car start and we can go test drive it.
So all of the switches, all of the connections
are all bad. You see how they're all green inside?
Yes, I
everything
do.
everything is green
I
inside.
do see that. That's
All
like,
these
that's
are green.
70 years old.
So yeah, it's not going to make any connections. So everything's been cut. The wire's actually in good shape, but the connectors are all bad. So instead of having that block there,
Right.
I use these heat shrink style
Ooh.
butt connectors on there. Use those and
Nice.
put those so this will run the headlights
Yes.
and the horns, and and the turn signals, and we'll see how everything goes from there. We got rid of the voltage regulator, and we'll probably we won't keep the horn relay either because we have a relay inside for the horn. So we'll delete a lot of this stuff out here.
Very good. Very good.
Run all the wire over here. Wire to the new HEI. New master cylinder. Brake lines are all in.
Yes. Very good. Very good.
Front to back.
Very
New
good.
front disc.
Very good.
New drums
But
on the back.
Where did this wiring kit come from?
Well, these mount to the outside of the fender.
I
right
know
here.
that, but what source? Where did we source them from? Amazon.
Amazon.
Amazing.
Amazon.
We got them from Amazon, and they're not labeled correctly. So you guys that are out there ordering your harnesses from Amazon, just be aware they're not labeled correctly. You're going to have to get you a voltmeter, and you're going to have to measure the resistance between where the wires come into the fuse block and out of the fuse block, and make sure that they're in sync. It's the best thing we can tell you.
So even though this one says coil and power,
Right.
when you turn the switch over, it does not have power
Right.
on the coil.
Right.
It has power on the wire until you get it into crank mode. When it's in crank mode, it has zero power.
Exactly.
And it won't run.
And you know, the wires seem to be very quality. They really do.
Yeah.
Very pliable, nice copper wires, but they're just labeled wrong. So, just so you know, don't trust that. Get you a voltmeter from Amazon. If you don't have a voltmeter, order it from Amazon. It might lie to you as well. But whatever. All right, on this 55, it looks like Mike's still working on his wiring. You got some headlight switch wired, and you got some gauge cluster wiring hanging out. He's got him a gauge cluster over here. Looks like he may have dressed up this steering wheel, unless they got I mean, it's not new. Looks like he's dressed up the dash on it. I could smell the paint as soon as I walked in. So as far as the eye is concerned, not too much more progress on this car, except for what he's doing there under the dash. That takes a lot of time. You know, you can't see all that with your eye and what's going on. Looks like he's got underneath here dressed up a little bit. Carpet's still laying back here. Nothing real to report yet on this one. Besides, it is coming along. It's just not there yet.